Does your new ZW sound like this? And have you noticed that sometimes when you shut the handle off, the power doesn't go all the way down? Well, both of these problems have one simple solution, and we're going to show you how to do that right now. First, we'll make sure the power is off on the transformer, and then let's remove the 4 screws in the top of the case. The new ZWs are nothing like the original post-war ZWs. These ZWs do not have a core or a transformer within this case. So you're going to see something completely different when you open one of these up. What we have here are the brackets to mount it, some heat sinks, and if you look right down in here, you'll see that when the handle moves, it drives a gear, and in this case, the shaft for the gear is loose, causing the teeth to skip. What you see when you look inside is that there's 2 shafts here. This shaft and this small gear work on the big gear that the tab controls. And see how smoothly that one works? The other shaft, this one, works on the big handle, and because it's loose, you can see exactly what the problem is. What you're going to find is that this nut right here is loose. Several of these have come across my workbench, and this is always the problem. You just need to tighten this nut. There. After you've tightened it, turn the transformer on to check its operation. Sometimes it may come up just fine, but you may have this situation. Here we're all the way down to the bottom on the handle, but we still show 8 or 9 volts on the meter. And when you rotate the handle up, you notice that it wants to stop when the handle is only showing 15 volts, but the meter is actually showing full voltage. This is because the gear teeth have come into a different sync. All you need to do is just open the throttle slowly until you get it all the way open, until the handle reaches its hard stop, and now we're still showing full voltage, and now we can slowly bring it down and the voltage will return to 0. There. That's a nice feature that it will re-zero itself once it gets out of sync. So now the handle is good and the gears don't jump. One other problem that I've had come across my workbench is this. Sometimes there's a few loose nuts right where the terminals clamp onto the body of the transformer. That's easily solved and something you can check on yours. There's a loose one right there, see it? Now these nuts are 9mm metric nuts. That means that a 3/8 wrench is too big and a 5/16 wrench is too small. In my case, I don't have a 9mm open-end wrench, but I do have a 9mm socket wrench. So we'll take the knurled nut off and just put the socket right on there and tighten it up against the case. You can use a little bit of force because, as you can see, there's a nut behind the body of the plastic case on the transformer too, so you're actually tightening it against that nut. And while we're here, we'll just check the rest of them to make sure they're tight too. Now that we got the shaft tight and the binding posts all tight, let's put the top back on. Remember to center the bell buttons that you never had to look for before when you put a ZW case together. And we'll get the screws in. And that will complete this little project. These are very, very small problems, but it's so easy to fix yourself. There's just no point in taking the transformer back in for warranty work or sending it off and being out of luck on a transformer for a few weeks while this problem is taken care of and then it's shipped back. This way, you can fix your own transformer and you're back in service in just a few minutes.